These are the must-add players for Week 15. Number 1, if you need a quarterback, J.J. McCarthy is back. He got back on track against the Commanders this week. Only threw for 163 yards, but he threw for 3 touchdowns. And this week he gets another favorable matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. Blake Corum is absolutely a must-add in your league if he's still available. We've been banging the drum for him throughout the whole season. This week in a blowout win against the Cardinals, he rushed the ball 12 times, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns, about the same usage as he normally gets, 22 of 70 snaps, which isn't great. But Corum has continued to eat into Kyren Williams' usage throughout the season. And while Williams is still healthy, you can count on a weekly floor from Blake Corum going forward. Jalen Wright, rostered in just 3% of leagues. Devon Achane left the game against the Jets with a rib injury and didn't return. In his absence, it was Jalen Wright who saw the majority of the usage in the offense as he rushed the ball for 24 times for 107 yards and a touchdown, was targeted 3 times. And this is tricky because Ollie Gordon is also in the picture. But at this stage of the game, especially if you have Achane and are in the fantasy playoffs, Wright is an easy add this week. Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary is a projected starting running back for the rest of the season. He should be rostered and is in the first round of the fantasy playoffs. He gets the Washington Commanders, who are giving up the 5th most number of fantasy points to the running back position. Chris Rodriguez. We've been banging the drum for Rodriguez for a couple weeks now, and he's rostered in just 37% of leagues. He rushed the ball 10 times for 52 yards this week. It isn't much, but you can depend on 10 to 15 weekly carries from him, and some of those being in the red zone. He's a TD-dependent play, however, but this week's matchup is a good one against the Giants, who are giving up the 2nd most number of fantasy points to the running back position. Luther Burden. Burden led the Bears pass catchers in receiving yards against the Packers in the absence of Rome Odunze. Keep an eye on the injury report throughout the week, because if Odunze has to miss another week, Burden could be playable against the Browns team that just gave up 31 points to the Tennessee Titans. Jaden Higgins. Higgins is the locked-in wide receiver 2 for the Texans, who are starting to figure out things offensively. He needs to be rostered. Harold Fannin Jr., if you need a tight end, Fannin went absolutely ballistic against the Titans. He caught 8 passes for 114 yards and a touchdown. The Browns play the Bears in Week 15, which isn't a great matchup, but it's not terrible either. If you need the highest of high upside plays at the tight end spot, Isaiah Likely, rostered in just 6% of leagues. This is tricky because Mark Andrews is in the picture, but Likely commanded more targets this past week, and the Ravens play the Bengals in Week 15, who are absolutely god-awful against the tight end.